Good morning. It's that time of day again. Coffee time. Cheers. That was kind of a quick one. Cheers. Okay, all done with that for the day. I have a busy day planned. I'm going to take you out in my garden with me. Today is October 31st, and we have a frost predicted for the middle of next week. So it's kind of late for the first frost, but that's okay. I had planted a fall garden, which I put in a little bit too late, but I've never done a fall garden before. So today I'm going to take you out with me into my garden and we'll see what's still growing there, what I can still salvage. And then it's time to put it all to bed until next spring. And I'm ready. I'm ready. Um, but I have to get that done. And I wanted to do a shout out. There's a new channel I've been watching, and her channel is called Jessica Wanders, Wanders. And if you're in a situation where you don't have a lot of money for food, she has a whole series on videos where she starts out spending the first week $21 on a week's worth of food. And then she builds up her pantry and her spices and her produce and all these things from week to week. And she cooks recipes for the week, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I just think it's so interesting. So I've really been enjoying her channel. So if you want some inspiration for cooking, and you guys know how I love my Frankenstein meals, um, go on over to Jessica Wander's channel. I'll try to remember to link it below, but guys, I'm not always real good at remembering to do that because sometimes I make my videos in bits and pieces, and by the time I put it all together, I just kind of forget. Sorry. So anyway, I'm going to go get dressed. I changed my scarf. So anyway, but I have to go get dressed and then I'll take you out in the garden with me. And some people have been asking about my worm farm that I have in my bathtub. So if I get around to it, I'll show you that as well. So come on out in the garden with me and let's see what's going on out there. Well, I'm trying to figure out here. I wanted to show you guys my worm farm. So anyway, this is my bathtub that I never use. And this is my, it's called May's Worm Farm. And I've had this for several months now. And I just keep it in my bathtub because these red wiggler worms cannot be out in the cold. So anyway, these are all worm castings. I don't know if you can see those. And here's my little red wiggler worms. They don't like the light. So I'm going to put these guys right in here. And of course I always wear gloves. And then I'm going to clean this all off. But these are all worm castings. So they're doing a good job. And normally what I do is I just come up here and I scrape away a little spot and I put my scraps in here. About once a week I do that. And they eat all kinds of things. They eat paper but this is all worm castings. So I actually need to clean this out and put my worms back in and do something with these worm castings. But here I have a whole banana that I stuck in last week that they're still working on. Now normally after I feed them, I put shredded paper on top, but I didn't have any at the time, so I just stuck it in. But that's my worm farm, and it's actually 2 tiers. There's one down here and one up here. But yeah, they don't like the light. As soon as you get the light going, they take off. But this is beautiful, beautiful stuff for your yard. And here's one of the worms. But I'm going to put him in. They don't like to be disturbed. So once a week I feed them, and it's about time to feed them again. And I always make sure when I put the lid on, I'm not squishing anybody. So yeah, I mean, it's easy. The worst part, of course, is when you have to clean it out because you have to go through all of it and get your worms out. But I have another video on when I set this up. I'll try and remember to link that in the description box below. But that's my worm farm in my bathtub that I never use. Okay, let's go out into my garden. So I have to clean out, it looks like a jungle, doesn't it? Holy moly. I have to cut all this down. This is pineapple sage, all sorts of things. My herbs. Yep, they're going to get frost in a couple days. So, and here are my beautiful flowers in the garden. Bandit, Chloe, and Lizzie. So the rest of my garden is out here. So let's see what's going on here in the garden. Hi, Chloe. Hi, guys. Let me in. They would totally take off if I didn't have this gate. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. So I have actually a beautiful pimento here that I need to bring in. There's a few green ones. I have an eggplant left here that needs to come in, and it's very cold. So let's go over here into my garden. I have some kale left. I can harvest that. My impatiens are looking pretty sad. It's been going down into the 40s, so it's about the end of their time. Hi, buddy. He likes the lemongrass, which he can't reach, right? Hi, buddy. You're so handsome. Yes, you are. You look like a sheepdog that somebody shrunk in the dryer. Okay, so this is the main part of my garden. I still have some beet tops. They never developed any beets, but have plenty of tops, so I'll harvest those and have those. I had some little Brussels sprouts over there that nothing ever happened with them. I'm just going to leave them in and try covering them with one of my little greenhouses. And he reached the the lemongrass. He got it. Is that good? Last year I had some where they could reach it and they ate the whole thing. But anyway, so here's my zucchini that it never produced anything but flowers. And I have some carrots growing yet. I have some red Russian kale, and I have some chard over there I can harvest. The tomatoes have about had it. They were just little tomatoes. And then over here I have some peppers that need to be harvested, not too many. And I have some pak choi and some arugula and some parsley. So I need to harvest all these things today and see what I can get. And I had planted some potatoes over here. I want to see if anything happened. They were just kitchen scrap potatoes. So maybe I'll get some, maybe I won't. But we'll see. It's really a shame to have to take all this out because right now it's looking very lush and green. This is the best it's looked all summer. But it's too late for it to produce anything, so it's got to be cleaned up. Okay, well, I'm done for today, and you can see all the leaves are starting to fall down. So it gets a little hard to clean up the yard, if you get my drift, once you get all these leaves on the ground. But anyway, this is the progress I made on my garden. I took most things out. Sorry about the plane, but I harvested most of the things and cleaned it up. Okay, so I got a whole bucket full of eggplant and greens and parsley, and I even got some new potatoes. I was surprised. That's a coffee maker. And these guys love greens, so I got some baby carrots. So that's what I got, produce I got out of the garden. Now I have to do something with it. So, not to complain, but my back is killing me now. I was able to work about a couple hours in the garden, get all that harvested, and now it's time for a little reward. I'm going to have some pecan pie with some whipped cream. Doesn't that look good? And it's not very big, and it only has, let me see how many calories. Well, 390. It's not exactly low calorie, but I don't eat lunch, so I'm going to have this instead, and I'll feel much better after I put my feet up for a little bit. Yay! Free food! Ta-da! All right, just real quick, these are the potatoes. They're real tiny, but I got those out of my potato bag. Then I got some beets and baby carrots and one radish. Got a bunch of peppers that we're supposed to be all colors, but they're just green, so I'll just chop those up and freeze them. A couple little tiny eggplants, and then I got all these greens, and I may just dehydrate some of them and make like a green powder out of them, because I can't eat all this before it goes bad. So this is my fall harvest garden, and it's not a lot, but it's free food, so why not? And it wasn't a whole lot of work. Once you get everything set up with your soil, and you just stick a few seeds in the ground, keep them watered, and Bob's your uncle. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.